Hello everyone, Jean Godot speaking. First of all, I would like to say that Jonathan and we are very happy to participate in SeriusCon 2021, and we would like to thank Hobeo for the organization of this event. Now, during this presentation, I'm going to talk to you about Safety Architect, a model-based safety analysis tool benefiting from Serious diagram features. Firstly, I am going to introduce our company All4Tech, our different tools and their relationship with Serious. Then, the main part of this presentation will focus on Safety Architect, one of our tools that is widely based on Serious. And I will show you a demonstration of the main features of Serious that are implemented in Safety Architect. Finally, I will conclude this presentation with the pros and cons of Serious. This will be based on our experience and usage, so from the development point of view and also as the final user of the Safety Architect features that are based on Serious. Okay, let's talk about All4Tech. We are a software editor for more than 20 years, and we are experts in model-driven engineering. So most of our tools and developments are based on this technology. At All4Tech, we have developed several software products that address different engineering domains: complex system testing, safety engineering, and cybersecurity. The company has a significant presence in the French defense industry, with the French Directorate General of Armaments and related companies. We also widely work with companies in the transportation sector, such as the aeronautics, space, automotive, etc. We are 20 engineers and researchers who develop and maintain our tools. Finally, All4Tech is also strongly involved in research and development projects at the European or French level. The objective of this involvement in research and development projects is to try to anticipate the future needs of our customers in order to remain competitive. Now, our different tools. Historically, our first tool is Matelot. It supports model-based testing approach and it generates test cases from Markov chains, which are state transition diagrams representing the system under test. Our other tools are gathered in our Safe and Secure division. First, there is Safety Architect that supports model-based safety analysis approach. I will give you more details about this tool in the remaining of this presentation. For the cybersecurity risk analysis, we have two tools. The first one, Cyber Architect, tools up the method EBIOS 2010, and Agile Risk Manager for the method EBIOS Risk Manager. These two methods have been defined by the French National Agency for the Security of Information Systems. And this method spread beyond France, so in Europe and also to North America. What about Serious and our software tools? As shown in this slide, you can see that Serious is used in 3 of our software. In our cybersecurity tool, there is more tabular than diagrams, so Serious is less involved in these tools. In Cyber Architect, Serious is used to design attack trails, and in Agile Risk Manager, it is used to design strategic and operational scenarios. I also mentioned that in Agile Risk Manager, Serious is connected with CDO for multi-user mode. In Safety Architect, Serious is much more used, because diagram representation is at the heart of the usage and concept of this tool. That is why I am especially going to give you more details about this one in the next part of this presentation. Okay, let's start with the presentation of Safety Architect. First of all, one of the main goals of Safety Architect is to provide a dedicated tool for safety engineers. Then, Safety Architects support the users to carry out the most classical safety analysis. So, it assists to fulfill functional hazard analysis tables for the aeronautics domain or hazard analysis and risk assessment tables for the automotive sector. And Safety Architect also generates fault trees and FMEA or FMECA tables based on the dysfunctional information that the user has previously entered in the tool. This introduces my next slide. Indeed, Safety Architect is a model-based safety analysis tool, meaning that to conduct the safety analysis, everything is based on well-structured concepts to help safety engineers to represent the dysfunctional behavior of the today system. Moreover, in Safety Architect, the starting point is the system architecture that can refer to different types of architecture. For instance, at the first steps of the development, the architecture will be a functional one. The safety engineer will carry out the corresponding safety analysis for this level of architecture. So, functional hazard analysis and risk assessment, or even preliminary hazard analysis. When the system development is more advanced, the architecture is more detailed. For instance, it can correspond to the hardware architecture. Then, at this stage, the safety analyst is more concerned with fault tree analysis and FMEA method. So, this connection between system architecture and safety analysis is an important point because we are trying to better ensure consistency between system design and safety analysis. It is the so-called connection between model-based system engineering and model-based safety analysis. Thus, in Safety Architect, most of the tool is based on diagrams representation, thanks to Sirius allowing the user to manipulate safety concepts in a more comfortable way than with tabular sheets. The third main goal of Safety Architect is to interface with its environment, meaning with other engineering tools. As presented previously, to support the connection between model-based system engineering and model-based safety analysis, Safety Architect can import system architecture from many different system engineering tools, such as Capella, System Modeling Workbench, or Rhapsody and System Architect. Safety analysis created in Safety Architect can be exported in the most classical format. So, for instance, a standard format to share fault trees or the standard format to share reports. A special feature is that Safety Architect supports safety security co-engineering to detect potential conflicts between both. It is a very cutting-edge work that is the result of research and development projects. Finally, a great news is that Safety Architect now interfaces with Teamcenter, a product life management tool. It extends Safety Architect's ability to be introduced into a comprehensive toolchain sharing common data. I would like to take the opportunity to thank Siemens team for the collaboration and mutual work. To finish, we can see on this slide that several tools use Sirius. So there is a kind of Sirius ecosystem that promotes interfacing between tools. Okay, it is time to start the demonstration. I'm going to show you the main Safety Architect features that are based on Sirius, such as many different diagram representations that are implemented in Safety Architect. I will also show you the automatic layout based on the Eclipse layout kernel, ELK. And finally, I will also show you the bridge and connection between Capella and Safety Architect. Let's go for the demo. Welcome in Safety Architect. So obviously, as you can see, Safety Architect is an Eclipse-based tool. And as I told you, Safety Architect widely used diagrams to perform safety analysis. And the diagram features are supported by Sirius. So the starting point of the safety analysis is the system architecture. So for instance here, it is a functional architecture of a UAV system. So it is very simple to navigate in the system architecture. For instance, to get into a white box, you simply have to double click on it and you are entering in this component. And inside you can find the subcomponents. Again, you can double click on a black box, and now you get into this black box. So the black boxes are the lowest level of the system architecture. So in the black box, you don't find a system architecture representation, but you will find the local analysis representation. And in the local analysis, you have to describe the failure condition of this function. At the functional level, you don't need to represent propagation. It is not mandatory. But you have to annotate the components with potential failure or dysfunctional event. Thanks to this information, the user is able to fulfill functional hazard analysis. So, for instance here. So, the fulfillment of this table is supported by the information that are in the model. So, for instance, I can add a line and I can double click to select a function, okay, and to select an internal failure or failure mode of this function, etc. All the fulfillment of this table is supported by the information that are gathered in the model. You have exactly the same principle for the automotive domain. So for instance here, an active cruise control system, the functional level. And for this system, you can perform the HARA analysis. So it is also a table that you have to fill with the information that are in the model. Now, if you are at a lower level, if you are more advanced in your development lifecycle, you can have a hardware architecture. The representation is safety architect is quite the same as the functional one. You also have white boxes and black boxes, and to navigate in the model, you simply have to double click on the boxes. And then now, in the black boxes, you also have to perform the local safety analysis of the components. And here, you have to add more information about the failure propagation. You have to describe the failure condition of this component. You can also work with more complex architecture, which contain several levels of the architecture. For instance here, functional level, logical level, and physical level. We can see the same thing with several hierarchical levels. And you can, in this type of architecture, you can also perform your safety analysis, and you can also annotate each component with dysfunctional information. For instance, the ECU. Okay? And now we are going to see another representation, the fault tree. So from all the information that are in all the components, we can generate fault trees. Okay. 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 And we got our fault tree. This is also a series-based representation. Another type of representation that we use in Safety Architect is the risk report. The risk report is automatically generated with the fault tree. The goal of the risk report is to present all the risks that have been identified in the model, and also to show the different assessment of this risk. For instance, for the automotive, you can have the information of the A0 level, or if you are using FMEA or FMECA table, you can see here the risk priority number of this risk. So the risk record gives a full overview of all the risks of the system. Another kind of representation in Safety Architect is the safety security representation. So, as I told you, in Safety Architect, we can import information from Cyber Architect, our other tools. Like this, we can overlay in the same local analysis, we can overlay safety information and security information. The goal is to conduct safety security co-engineering. I'm not going to explain this concept in depth, but the main goal of this method is to identify potential conflict between safety and cybersecurity. Okay, so I finished to present you all the different diagram representation based on series. So now I'm going to show you the automatic layout. So I'm going to create a new project. I can add several components. And we are going to link them. Okay. And thanks to the automatic layout of the Eclipse layout kernel, the blocks are automatically properly organized. So before we were using another algorithm, but this one really enhanced the organization of the components. Okay, and now, last part of this demonstration, the bridge between Capella and Safety Architect. So let's start Capella. So in Capella, All4Tech, in collaboration with Thales, we developed a plugin for Capella that allows to share system information between Capella to Safety Architect. So, for instance, here in the in-flight entertainment system, the example project that is provided with Capella, we are going to export this functional architecture to Safety Architect. So first, enable the safety layer. The safety layer is enabled. And now we can select all elements and create a scope to define what we want to export to Safety Architect. We want to export functions. Okay. And now I simply click on Go to Safety Architect. And in Safety Architect, a new project is automatically created and it contains all the information that have been imported from Capella. Another thing is that Capella, thanks to the plugin, Capella and Safety Architect are connected. So to navigate in the model, if you want, you can completely navigate from Capella to Safety Architect. For instance, here I can right-click, Safety Architect, open a relevant diagram, and in Safety Architect, it will automatically open the corresponding diagram of this component. Next, to show you with a more complex architecture, with a physical architecture, we can also export it to Safety Architect. So here, as previously, we can select all the components, but we can also use the concept of functional chain. For instance, we can choose to perform the safety analysis by functional chain. So, for instance, I can simply select the functional chain, this element, which represents the functional chain. I have to create a new scope, so I want to export function and components. Okay. And I can click on Go to Safety Architect. And in Safety Architect, again, we can see that a new project has been created and that it contains the information from the Capella model. So, the function, the logical component, and the physical component. And again, the safety engineer can conduct the safety analysis on this system. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of serious features in Safety Architect. And now I can conclude. So first, in Sirius, we appreciate the native implementation and connection of the representation with EMF meta model. The customization of the style of the elements used in the representation is also very straightforward. We also like that most of the basic features are handled by default, such as the management of the different layers or even the undo-redo actions. The third previous point involves that the time needed to prototype an application is significantly reduced. Nevertheless, some points require more investment to be implemented. For instance, it is complex to implement specific representation behavior of the elements. For instance, border node management or the application of specific action on drag and drop. Also, it would be nice if some ergonomic tips could be improved, such as the alignment between non-siblings elements or the default layout of links. Next, unfortunately, the contextual menus is only available in English and it can't be customized, so it is not possible to create a multi-language software. Finally, in the future, we would investigate the use of Sirius Web because we are currently working on a new tool based on a web interface. So we would test the integration of Sirius into it. Okay, so this is the end of the presentation and of our demonstration. Thank you for listening and don't hesitate to visit our website or to contact us if you want more information. Now, Jonathan and we are available to answer your questions.
Quite nice to see the improvement you recently made in this tool.
And it's something that we haven't explained in detail, but in fact we have begun the development of Safety Architect since several years now, and it was done before with the first version of OBO Designer. And we have moved to Sirius since 2 or 3 years now, and we continue to upgrade our tool using the last version of Sirius because it's always add some new features, and it is also our development to add, for example, the automatic layout or things like this, which are really helpful for the different users.
So we have a first version from Cédric Brun. So Safety Architect looks nicely integrated, especially the UI. Do you have any tip to share in achieving such level of integrations?
About this question, it's clear that the problem that you can encounter when you try to build a tool with Serious is that you also import a lot of things coming from Eclipse. And generally, you don't have to have all the different features used for a developer in a tool for any specialty. And so a tip that we can tell is to always focus on the user needs and to remove all what is not needed and which comes with all the framework, the technical framework. Serious is really well done for this because you have only an editor, and in the context of the editor, you can find every specialty that you want to add or customize. But the integration is needs a lot of work to improve the UI of Eclipse instead. That's the main point, I think.
Okay, thanks. Second question, do you have an idea of how many users are using Safety Architect?
Yeah, in fact, we have different customers internationally, generally more for the industrial part. In terms of user and companies, it represents 10 companies approximately in the world, but in user, it's approximately 2 or 3 users per company. Generally, it's not a lot of people because it's really a specialty in engineering, and we don't have a lot of people which are already used to work in MBSE. But we hope that this can continue because Capella improve and continue to be widely adopted. And as the user work with Capella, they come to us to work with the safety viewpoint.